A disclosure of the potentially sensitive subject matter covered in this episode of Roll Call can be found in the episode description.
In the southwestern corner of the world of Mirabella lies the Outlands, a hostile but enticing territory that seems to draw folks of all kinds. Want to meet a few? Well then, how's about a little roll call?
I'm Ben Pimental, and I play Alden Ambergris, a man with as many secrets as coins in his pouch.
I'm Gurkowski, and I play Percival Wynnemark. I don't try to be the best, it just keeps happening.
I'm S.J. Nelson, and I play Madge Smalls. All I have is a ladle and a dream and some visions.
I'm Shaylee Bowman, and I play Kaia Vaeloris. I am just trying to master the storm inside me.
I'm Patrick Holt, and I play Twig. He's got a bit of an attitude, so don't poke the bear.
I'm Stone Mountain, and I play Zero, and I'm just a guy, just a regular guy. No magic here, no sir. Don't worry about it.
And pulling the strings as the game master, it's me, JP Coletta. So, let's jump into this episode of Roll Call.
When we last left our heroes, they had just crossed the Dead Lakes, a non-Newtonian fluid with a bit of quicksand, home to some interesting friends, sharp-toothed friends, like the alpha sand shark, from whom they barely escaped its jaws and clutches. Now, they were crossing the Dead Lake in pursuit of 5 Rustbrand suspects. However, 2 of which have now passed, one of which has been pulled into the lake, another of which is now dead at the party's feet. Now panting, having crossed the lake barely alive. You've looted that body, where you found a gun and a note home, writing back to Mom and Dad, talking about how he has saved money and is attempting to leave the desert soon. And with that, you stare off into the distance, seeing the spires of a great iron wall out in the distant desert. And as you look off in that direction, you can't shake the feeling that you shouldn't be there. What's happening, guys?
Wiping throw up from the corners of her mouth.
Just exhausted. Twig's exhausted.
Something I forgot to ask when I was looting. Are there any bullets in the gun?
Decisively, yes, there are. There are 3 bullets. 2 of them look like regular bullets. However, one seems like it's this bright green bullet.
A kryptonite bullet to kill Superman. Can we keep that?
We cannot.
You know, that's public domain. It's public domain. 100%. Yeah, it was written in like...
We can kill Superman.
Yeah.
So rarely am I the one to bring up a reference. It filled my body with anxiety to say it. I said, is that allowed? Is that okay?
We gotta double check, because we were real confident about the 8-second rule.
And that was fully not how that law works.
Oops.
Anyways.
We have to move on.
Yeah.
But anyway, a bright green bullet.
Could I detect magic on that thing?
You sure can. And as you do, it stays the exact same color it did. Nothing glows. There's absolutely nothing arcane about
I'm
this
sorry.
bullet.
I'm a stupid dum-dum head. I meant identify. They were right next to each other on my spell list.
That is different. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. That is, in fact, a 10-minute ritual spell?
It is.
Great.
It says 1 minute. Oh, well, I'm going to use a spell slot because we're moving.
Yeah, then it's just 1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 minute, you're going to use a spell slot.
Yeah.
2. No. So, yes, as you cast Identify on it, you, in fact, identify this as a silent bullet. So this bullet can be fired without a single noise, thanks to a special coating encasing it.
Scary. As he takes that minute Twig, do you have any healing magic that I could have, or for yourself, or both of us?
So I do, but I'm very low on spell slots. Just as like a general, like I do have something available, but just between you and me, it's not looking great. Spell slots in the
Kaia's gonna walk up to Zero, and out of her bag, she's gonna pull out her potion of healing, and she's gonna hand it to you.
Oh,
looks like you need this, so you can please take it.
Thank you. How bad does Twig look?
Twig looks totally fine. He had a lot of temp HP, so he looks great. Really,
Then I will be
just a little scuffed up. He's just tired.
I will drink this, and we do the. If I took an action to drink this, I just get the full,
Correct, full healing,
which is 2d4 plus 4 plus 2. I should know.
Plus.
Yes, I just deleted it from my inventory.
Plus 4. Okay, then I am back to full. Oh, thank you. I feel a lot better. Norx, are you okay? Are we good to...
I think at this point we've finished, burying the bodies because we had started doing that, and then I came back and then took a second look at the gun. So I'm just standing over by the makeshift graves. We've got to be careful going forward. I know it went a little crazy. Looks over at Percival because Percival's the only one who would have been close enough to hear him go a little crazy before he sprinted away. He was a kid trying to save up money for his family. They may be pricks, but they may be like him, misguided. I don't know how to translate what I'm saying into a plan, but
maybe diplomacy first?
If we can.
I think Kaia rolls her eyes at that, but she doesn't say anything.
If that is the case...
Twig's also kind of rolling his eyes at that, let's be honest.
I know I haven't been the most useful player on the dragon chessboard, but I'm very good at talking to people if we would like to try that first. Did you approach it? I thought I saw from the distance that you went over the sort of dune right there. It's that way?
I did. They ran and they disappeared, and it looks like there are doors where they ran into, like this. And then I'm gonna point to the spire far in the distance. I think there's something a little closer. And I'll point like right over where they disappeared and say, it's right over there. But when we get close, something's gonna happen. I walked over there and all of a sudden I was walking away with thoughts in my mind like, I don't want to go there, but I do want to go there.
Okay. Interesting. There's no experience like firsthand. And I'll just start walking that way.
Me as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow.
I'll go.
Anyone who is doing so, please make a wisdom saving throw.
How fun.
Yeah, right.
I did good. For once. Looks like Ben did not do good. Norx.
I did okay.
Okay. Madge, in what did you get?
I got a 24.
24. 0.
I got a 16, which is good for me because I'm not good at
A
wisdom
16.
saves.
Twig.
Yeah, 17, which is okay for me.
Okay. Kaia.
I also got a 16, which is good for me because I only have a +1. So.
Everyone
Percival.
say the role and how it relates to you.
Name how you're feeling and how your role related to you.
And your zodiac.
Percival. You're muted. Yep.
Percival, Aries, 19, really, really, really positive, because that was a 19 plus 0.
Norx.
Nat 1.
Nat 1.
Single male 26.
But it's not bad for you or good for you.
So, with all of the rest of your roles, you all step up and you are filled with that dreaded feeling that you still felt when you looked towards that iron wall in the distance. But as you do, you take a deep breath and you cross what feels like a threshold. It is a feeling that can only be described as if you were stepping over a crack through a long canyon that led 1,000 feet down. But as you do, whoosh, you're transported almost to the other side, where you see the exact image you saw before, that thing in the distance. But this is kind of fun. What you notice as you step through is that that wall has an opening in it, and those great doors are now closing. Chonk. However, as you turn back to see if the rest of your party made it, Norx, this time you approach it and that feeling of dread begins to build and build until it starts to consume you. And you don't know what, but you are filled with one feeling: abject horror. You run the other direction as fast as you possibly can, and you now have the frightened condition, which means pretty much anything that you do in the direction of that, wall will be at disadvantage.
Is this barrier, like, permeable? Like, can we see back the way?
You cannot.
Okay, so
I'm sorry. You can see. Yes, you can see. You can see Norx. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Norx cannot see you.
Kaia, could you? Someone strong, grab him.
Yeah.
Oh, I can go too if you'd like.
Madge, both you.
Yeah, we both.
I have advantage on wisdom saving throws also, so maybe that would be helpful.
Right.
Madge starts trekking after him. Okay, you get back here, all right? You can't. You got to get over here now. I don't got time for this shit.
No, I can't face his friends. I
Up you
can't
go.
face his friends.
Up you go. I'm gonna put him on my shoulder. Oh, poor. Oh, I'm trying to walk back through the. 19. Oh my god, my freaking camera. 19 for
Honestly,
Madge.
that's artistic. A 19.
19
Wisdom save.
with
I will say,
Norx on my shoulder.
will you roll
Yeah.
an athletics check to also keep Norx on your shoulders?
Yeah, I can do that. Where's my
Do I need to
athletics?
re-roll my saving throw?
I'm sorry. Did you also cross through the threshold?
I don't know. I mean, if Madge got there first, then I think I'll just survey from, like, I'll probably have gotten within 10 feet of Norx for sure.
Then I'm gonna say yes. You should if you've gotten within 10.
19 on athletic.
Ooh. Okay.
Great.
Strong girl.
And you?
17.
Kaia? 17. Lovely. So, with Norx kicking and screaming, you do manage to carry him across this threshold. And as you do, you have a little too much oomph in it. And you trip, clunk, right over something metal buried in the sand, right as you cross that threshold, and tumble to the ground.
Oh, there I go.
We gotta keep saying it till it's a t-shirt.
I think as I see, because I'm probably following close behind. If I see Madge like fall and I hear this, I'm gonna, I think, crouch down and start trying to brush some sand away to see what she tripped on.
Yeah. As you begin to brush that sand away, you begin to see the arc of a fan. And not just any fan. It is the fan of a sand skiff. But what's interesting and distinctive is this skiff. You've seen a few others, Kaia, but this one looks distinctively like it comes from Duskrith. It looks like Kaelin's handiwork.
Huh. Fascinating.
Now, what the hell is that?
It's a Duskrith, but it's a
it's a what?
What are they called?
A skiff, a sand skiff.
Sand skiff, thank you. It's a sand skiff, but it came from Duskrith, so I'm, or at least it looks like Kaelin's work. He usually builds most of them. I'm sure it just got stolen or something.
Is there a way to tell like whose it was or anything, or
I mean, unless they branded it specifically, I don't. And I'm gonna look closely. I'm gonna look for branding.
Madge is gonna look too.
There is you guys can roll an investigation check, and just for clarity of action, you are just looking at this thing you have uncovered already. You're not trying to dig more of it out.
I mean, I will, as I am looking, I will try to dig more out to try to
I'll also
look for any branding or anything.
Okay, great.
So, yes.
As they roll for this, is Norx still
Yeah, I was
freaking
about
out?
to ask. Yeah.
Yeah, is he okay?
Yeah, I mean, decisively, yes, you have the frightened condition, and you have been forcibly carried closer to the object of your fear.
So, is the thing I am afraid of the wall in front of us, or the barrier that we have passed through now?
Specifically, the wall in front of you.
Oh fuck. Yeah. So I'm gonna once we fall, I'm gonna scramble to my feet and say, "No, I've got to get out of here," and sprint back the way.
Look at me! Look at me!
No.
Could the two of us just like? I don't think we put hands on him, but could we just,
We're
as he
boxing
turns
him
away from
in.
the thing with his fear, just like try to be like, "Hey, look at us! You're okay. You're okay."
Absolutely. Make a I will say, if it's mental, not physical,
I think I'm trying to get to like soothe.
Then you may make a persuasion check to attempt to calm him down. On a success, you won't get rid of the condition, but you will at the very least be able to stop his.
Can I give advantage by just helping?
Sure.
Thank you. Whoa. I just gave a speech about how Zero is good at talking to people. At advantage, that was a natural 1 and a 6, which becomes a 12.
This does not calm you down, Norx. You may continue your current course of action.
Can I grab him by the ankle? Can I try grabbing him by the ankle?
Percival's gonna go after him too.
Other people may make physical checks. That would be athletics.
I tried.
Oh
I
my
think
gosh,
Kaia's
that was embarrassing.
Is
occupied.
it versus a DC, or do you want me to roll something Dexy?
You know what? For fun, let's make it roll something Dexy. Would you roll a dexterity saving throw, please?
Yeah.
He's good at those. We're never gonna get him.
I know.
This is the rest of the episode.
Mine was a net one. Don't worry.
Hanna-Barbera music starts
God.
playing.
I got a 23 athletics.
An 11.
Jesus.
I rolled low.
Madge, as you barrel past them, Norx, you manage to just grab onto his ankles and you fall, boom, face first into the sand, and you can't crawl away because Madge is too damn strong.
Now what the? You get back here.
Sit on him. Sit on him.
Sit on it. I'm gonna start grabbing. I'm gonna start dragging him by the ankles towards where we need to go.
I'm clawing the sand. No, I can't go in there. No, I can't face them. Not after what I did.
I'm gonna
I think-
start
yeah.
sing. Sorry.
No, don't be.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
You.
Hold the energy. I'm going to start singing a Sylvan song. Just something soothing. Because I know, one, it's worked once before, but two, I know that Norx also sang a Sylvan song to our boy Milo. Just because I have like proficiency arcana. I think I'm peripherally aware that like there is a magical effect happening, but I think his words are also like about shame and anxiety and guilt, and I'm trying to just like whatever is non-supernatural, I'm trying to soothe. So just like singing and humming a some soothing, like a Sylvan lullaby.
Yeah, make a performance check for me.
Okay, a lot better. A 23.
A 23. That, you know what? Just for fun, developing this on the fly, Norx, why don't make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Five.
Put it in dice jail.
No, that's actually
is it
quite
against me?
good for you.
Oh,
That is
good, okay,
against
good, okay,
Zero
thank
Song.
Oh.
Good.
And I will say, as it has now been 5 minutes, Zero, as you begin to sing a gentle, lovely song, Norx, you feel yourself your heart begins to unclench, and it begins to pound a little softer and a little less. And you feel yourself calm down and come back to earth. And you're certainly still traumatized, and there's certainly still like an edge of fear, but the frightened condition ends. However, that harrowing experience does leave you with one level of exhaustion.
That sucks. Also, I got a 21 on my investigation. So, as this is going on, I'm just like, just knock him out. Jesus. As I'm
It's bugginess,
scraping away.
actually.
I got a 10 on mine, so I think I just abandoned it, and I'm still dragging Norx slowly out by his ankles.
So, as you are all calming Norx down, Kaia, you don't find any branding. But as you dig deeper and deeper into the sand, suddenly something else pops up. A little underneath the seat, as you unearth it, is a little leather-bound book with a flame and an F inscribed into it.
An F. I'm gonna grab at it, brush off some of the sand, and I'm gonna open it.
Yeah. If you're opening to page 1.
I sure am. Just to see who it belongs to, maybe.
Yeah. It does not say who it belongs to specifically.
I'm gonna go to page 2 then. No,
is dated. No, sure.
I'm kidding.
But at the top is dated 2nd of Piraeus, 321 PI. I'm sorry, 3021 PI. I've finally been made a servant of the faith, just as you have. I still don't know why you chose him. I still don't know where you've gone. I know that this book is meant to be for prayer and reflection of spirituality, but all of my spirit is left on you, transfixed by you. May I find comfort in the Father as you have.
Do I have an understanding of who might be writing this?
I would say...
Or if I flipped to page 2, does that give me any more?
Yeah, essentially giving you, without reading all of them, as there's quite a few entries in here, most of what you see are prayers to the Forge Father, or essentially these journal entries that are all about you and how he's unsure of the faith, or unsure why you chose this faith, and unsure why you disappeared, and how he is searching for you. You. It's all about finding someone. And at one point, you do see that he says, "So it was never him, was it, brother? It was always her. I'm not sure that I believe, but I think I know where to find you, and I shall." And as you flip a little deeper, what you got, like a 20 what on this investigation check?
Yeah, 21.
21? Yeah. I'm gonna say you do find a page that says, "I've arrived at a town called Duskrith. It's run by a gnome named Kalen, a brilliant man and a brilliant mind, kind as well. He has given me extra resources to find you. I'm coming."
Do you read any of this aloud?
No.
Yeah,
No.
okay.
She's just no, but you do hear me go, what the
Once Norx calms down, I think Zero's just over your shoulder.
I think I turn around and I kind of jump at your close proximity. Oh my.
Sorry. Hello.
Hi. Look what I found. She's just gonna show you. Isn't this weird? So juicy.
Do you think this is... I mean, it seems like this could be Father Brian, the priest that I'm looking for.
Oh, that would make so much sense. That would make a lot of sense.
We didn't know, Kalen didn't tell us. I don't think Kalen was trying to be secretive, but Kalen didn't say that he came here looking for his brother. Or, well, if it's his brother, or I've heard that priests sometimes call their, like, clergymen brothers. Sorry, I don't know a ton about church words, because it's illegal where I'm from. Or, well, it's complicated.
That's fair. I get what you're saying.
But it could be his little brother, or it could be like a priest. And then he talks about how this person, the brother, is of a different faith.
God, you're like a really fast reader.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. I was just like,
we had a lot of scripts at the circus, so I had to read fast and memorize fast.
No, that makes sense.
This might be insane, but can I just say, inspiration for justifying fast reading in a very believable manner.
Thank you so much. I'm going to mark that because I bet it's going to come up because we're fucked.
I'm not worried about that breaking the game.
No. I'm sure it'd be great. That's really interesting.
No, that was really smart.
But you found it. I mean, great job. This isn't working, right? Like, we couldn't use this. It's buried halfway in sand.
Can I kind of investigate this a little bit and look closer? Is this working?
Yeah. I'll even let you ride that 21.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely not. As you dig deeper, you realize that the fan has been detached. And with 21, I'll even say that you can see that it's been detached by large teeth marks. It's seeming to imply that he may have had a rough encounter on the Dead Lake.
Word. No. This got pretty fucked by what we just dealt with. So probably not. Do I see any dried blood on this?
Decisively, no.
Okay. I don't see anything that would imply that the person got hurt.
Great. And then hopefully he's still alive.
Yeah.
Do you think it seems like the he that he was talking about was the Forge Father.
Yeah.
Do you think the she that he was talking about was Eliaster? Like maybe someone from his clergy defected to this like cult goddess and he couldn't let it go and was like, I have to understand, I have to save you. Or something. I don't know. I may be writing. I also wrote some of the scripts at the circus, so I have a pretty creative mind, active imagination. So
no, it's just you did just some good detective work type shit. I'm not. I write things, so I'm.
It's just about different skills. Like I'm pretty useless in a fight, so I had to make up for those deficits.
I wouldn't say useless. I mean, you killed a sand mimic or whatever the fuck it was. So
right.
But no, this, and she's going to turn to the group with the book. I think we found Father Brian, well, his remnants, something of his.
He died?
Zero explains it way better.
Remnants no, and Kaia has done an amazing job. Not remnants, belongings, I think is maybe the word you meant. We found some of his belongings. We did not find a body, and we didn't find blood, so hopefully the sand skiff is on this side of the dead lake. So if he had died in a lake, it probably would have sunk to the bottom with a shark. So hopefully he crash landed on the other side and walked into over there.
So we should probably go.
Do we want to just walk up? I'm happy just going up there and knocking.
Yeah.
Or I could break it down.
No.
I think we should probably approach a little more stealthily.
Also could be good. Between here and the wall, is it just a great sandy expanse? Like, is it completely flat, or is there any sort of like natural architecture?
So looking at that, you can see that this wall is about 3/4 of a mile from you. There is still a bit more desert to cross. It is just so very large that you can see it from here. But beyond that, pretty much what you can see is that while it is very flat on the way to it, when you look past it, the dune begins to fall into this sort of valley. And if you look really far in the distance, you can actually see a little speck of another town in the distance.
Do I have any idea what that town could be?
Roll a history check.
Okay.
Is it towards where the sign said is?
It is not. It is, if you're thinking back to the sign, it is in the direction towards which the arrows for Rivetfall and Thomforge were pointing.
That'll be a 4.
You have no idea. Kaia's not good at thinking today.
JP, now that Norx is kind of coming back to it and paying attention to what's being said, the direction that is being looked in, does that sound like around where Kaylin said I might be able to find some of ROC? Ooh,
I believe 12 is the number.
12, yes.
Yes. Indeed, that is the right direction. Over that ridge.
Okay.
Looks like a few miles.
Kaia, weird question. Totally okay if the answer is no. You found it. Could I have that journal?
Yeah, I don't care. She just tosses it to you.
Cool. Thank you. He like stares at it for a second too long and then puts it in his pack. Great.
Are you just like into that stuff? Why do you want it?
No, or like reading, or into what?
Just like the religious aspect, I guess.
Oh no, not really.
Okay.
No, I just think trying to figure out a way to say this without sounding like a psycho. When you're asking someone for help and you want to endear yourself to them very quickly, knowing things about them makes that a lot easier, but not in a manipulation way.
Not psycho things at all. No, you're fine.
I have had to survive in places, and information is always useful.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
He's right.
Okay. I just need this priest's help, so if I know what he needs, maybe I can help him get what he wants, so he
Kai's
can
gonna put a hand on Zero's shoulder.
Anyways,
I get it.
We should get going. Do we want to sneak up? Was that the plan?
Guy's just gonna walk up.
Great.
So,
Percival's gonna walk right behind.
I haven't let go of Norx's ankles.
are you being dragged?
He's so
I'm
clearly
still
calmed down like
dragging him.
10 minutes ago.
Madge doesn't
At
trust
this point,
it.
I'm enjoying it.
Alden has
My
come
coat is
out a little.
getting. Yeah, my coat is the color of sand rather than white now. But hey, we love a costume change.
Madge has gone this far. She's not giving up.
Beautiful. So, as you all approach, it takes you about 15 minutes or so to clear this crossing. The sun is now truly high in the sky. And as you reach these great iron walls, you come to realize just how large they are. They dwarf you 25, 30 feet above you, with battlements and these large spikes at the edge. And for anyone observant enough to notice, arcing over the top is a shimmering sort of electrical force field, very similar to the heat shield that surrounds Duskrith. And with that, you notice abutting each of the ends of the wall is a great spiring tower. And at the middle of this particular section of wall are what looks like two great doors that have been closed for a very long time.
Well, we just watched them close, right?
Yeah,
You
we
did?
just watched them go.
But they
okay.
seem dust covered, like they.
That is correct.
Oh, like a mirage or something.
Do we maybe want to try something a little outside the box to get in?
Like what?
Like a window?
Having seen some of the contents of Zero's disguised kit specifically, because Norx has one, but having seen Zero's, could I take a look at that red cape for a moment?
Sure. Yeah. I'll open up my. I think it's one of those like it's a big set, and I'll hand you the cape.
And I'm going to kind of throw it, take off my jacket, and take a second to put my vest, that is my leather armor, under my white shirt. And then you will see my appearance shift and change until the mustache disappears. I turn into a fair human-looking man with blonde hair, and could you give me just a little bit of Silas's voice, JP?
Well, now, this is interesting.
And yeah, I'll turn around and say, what do we think about this for?
Zero is smiling and is like, says, "Oh boy, this could go bad so fast, but I love this plan." Yeah.
This is great. I love this.
So what do we do if he's there
If he's home,
already?
Well, I don't need to talk talk like him yet. I don't think he'll be watching the door. So, at least if we can talk our way around whoever's watching the door and explain how he got outside and why he is bringing you along with him.
Idea. Silas probably knows how to open these doors himself, if they're magical. What if you pretend to be, like, poisoned and knocked out, and we're carrying you, and they're like, look, before he passed out, he told us to bring him here and that we'd get paid. Let us in and fix him up, and he'll explain what happened. Huh?
Zero, this is a dangerous game of Bad Kitty you're trying to play.
But Bad Kitty usually works. A lot of those people are chumps. Sorry, we have, remember when I said bear hug? We have like a playbook of cons that we pull.
That's
One of them
obvious.
is called, yeah.
That's obvious. Sure. I was expecting to go in and just start killing people, and demanding things. So yeah.
Hold on. That sounds like a really good idea too.
I mean, I've got complicated feelings about the killing right away part, but honestly, we're not going to get very far with this disguise if he is in there. The idea for this is truly just to get in the door. If we have to start killing right away, I mean, it is what it is.
As the two of you are talking about... I just had an image. As the two of you were talking about killing instead, Zero has fully taken out like under eye makeup and is like giving him like bags under his eyes like he's been sleep deprived or poisoned, like is doing like bruise work on his chin like he got punched, like is fully like making like is doing him up in the chair to make him really look like he is sick and hurt.
And I'll further my glamour even further to give myself like bloodshot eyes, like I am like ill and unwell.
JP, I have a small question.
Sure.
Is there cover where we are doing this?
Oh, absolutely not. You are in the middle of a desert plain.
So above the table, what we just did was walked 3/4 of a mile across the open desert.
That's correct.
And changed.
Oh, we walked all the way there? I thought we were still over by where we came through and where I was tackled. And I was doing this like after being drugged just a little bit.
I did describe you walking up to the wall.
15 minutes of the way.
Oh, all the way. Okay, my bad.
No, you're good.
That's fine. I don't care.
Can we retcon that we did this originally? Or are we just gonna go out and do this?
No, I don't care.
Oh, I did very clearly
right at the wall.
I misunderstood, but honestly, I probably still would have done it anyway.
That's super chill. And it's interesting that you bring that up, because as you are having this conversation and putting this makeup, suddenly from above you, you hear,
"Hey, you! Who are you? State your business."
And as you look up, you see a man probably in his 50s wearing very heavy-looking iron armor, but also with a red cloak with that exact same pin around it.
You state your business.
And from around on the other tower, you hear,
"Yeah, state your business."
At a glance, are either of these two from the group that we just encountered crossing?
Absolutely not. I will say absolutely none of the people you saw were wearing heavy armor. These people are very specifically in heavy armor.
Gotcha. I can say something, but you have a thought.
It's a big swing.
Do it.
I whip around. Zero instantly has tears in his eyes. No, it's not ready yet. Oh, fine. Look, we are the Sandsmith players. We've abandoned our town. There's no money left. We want to join you, and we were trying to show our skills, show that though we might not be the most proficient of fighters, that we can do espionage and trickery on the behalf of your band of marauders. Look, I've made him look like your leader. Please, let us in and we'll make ourselves useful. We have nowhere else to turn.
Make a persuasion check for what happens next.
Okay, great.
Might be a good chance to use that inspiration.
Without the inspiration, I got a 23. He's a really good liar.
23. So, they squint down at you, Norx, and they go,
Like our leader? He don't look nothing like Samuel. Samuel don't even have that hair color. Well, Stephen, what you think? You think they here for the festival? Of course I think they're here for the festival. Apparently word spread. I thought it was supposed to be hush-hush. Yeah, but you know how Samuel be. I bet he put out flyers all over the desert just trying to get more entertainers for his damn theater. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll let you in. But y'all gotta go right to Samuel and pitch yourselves. And if Samuel likes you, you'll stay. We got the first performance tonight. I don't know how all that theater crap works. I feel like they already rehearsed it, but maybe they add stuff to the bill. I don't know. All right, Walter, open the door. You said it, Stephen. I know. I'm the one who said it.
Zero, this is our moment.
They start cranking the doors open. And as you do, you watch as these great iron doors open with much effort onto a street that is lined with wooden and some metal structures. What looks to be shops and restaurants, all thriving with people milling about, hundreds of people up and down the street, most of whom are wearing these red cloaks. Welcome to Iron Hook, you hear as you walk in through the door. And you're met with people hawking their wares.
Got your fish here, direct from the Guildlands. Pack the comforts of home, sweet vines. Get your sweet vines here. Get masks just in time for the festival. Get your capes, there's still time for capes.
Now I want to cast Detect Magic.
What?
So what's interesting is as you look around the town, nothing pings as magic. But if you look to the sky and off in the distance, what seems to like arc above you and go very far back is you do encounter like kind of where that wall started. A combination of illusion magic and transmutation magic. And as you're doing so, may I ask you a question? How subtly were you just casting a spell? Does that have a verbal and somatic component to it, is my question.
Yes.
So, as you do that, as you begin to cast Detect Magic, suddenly you hear a loud, piercing whistle. And from your right flank, you suddenly hear, "Stop right there, traveler! What are you doing?" And suddenly, this large woman in heavy plated armor runs over. This woman is 6'5" with long black hair with long streaks of gray throughout it, and these you are met with this woman just trying to tackle you to the ground. Let's roll. She's going to try to grapple you.
So that's going to be a 16 minus 2 for the the exhaustion +3 from acrobatics for a 17.
That is going to be a natural 20 +6 for a 26.
Out here getting tackled by Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah, so...
What a world-shattering
this woman... So she just tackles you to the ground, and if you look back, you are met with the coldest but brightest blue piercing eyes.
Hey, whoa, we're just, they were just practicing. And she's gonna look back. I'm gonna look back at Zero.
We're so sorry.
The act?
Is magic is not allowed here, of course. I
But
imagine.
of course, he should know. He is a local. Are you not? You wear the pin. You wear the festival cape. Who are your
Yes.
outsider friends you
He's-
have brought?
look
Why
at
do you
him.
cast magic?
He's unwell.
I was told about the customs, so I figured if we were coming to your festival, then I was supposed to dress the part.
Well, clearly you were not told about all of our customs. We do not
I was
tolerate
not,
magic
and I
within the walls.
apologized.
If you are a magic user, you are permitted to use magic outside of the walls, but there are no magic within the walls of Ironhook. Remember that, and you will be okay.
It's some sort of outpost from the guild lands?
So you learn about our customs, but you do not learn about our rules, our laws, or where we are from. Yes, in fact, this is an outpost, as you say, from the guild lands. A military and trading outpost, Ironhook Crossing. This is the gateway between the desert and the motherland.
Question. Has Alden ever heard anyone mention Ironhook?
Roll a history check.
Okay. It's gonna be 10. Oh wait, let me, no. I'm not gonna do it after I roll.
With a 10? No.
Yeah.
You've never even heard it mentioned in passing, quite frankly.
Do I notice Zero freaking out beside
all
me?
the color has drained out of
Same
Zero's
with
face.
Twig, for sure. Uncomfortable immediately.
I'm going to step in front of Zero immediately, because I would know that this would make Zero and Twig very, very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
You can't really step in front of them when you're currently on the ground.
I will step in front of them.
Sorry, I would have stood up while I was addressing her if...
She's
pinned.
holding you. She is pinning you to the ground.
Heard. I thought I was knocked down and asked the question.
You have a very large,
Gotcha.
very, very muscly woman in heavy armor on
So
top of you.
am I restrained, grappled? What's the condition I got to apply?
Grappled.
Great.
And prone, technically.
Heard.
We're so
Then,
sorry. It won't happen again. I would say out loud to her.
Well, it had better not. Or else, and you hear out of the corner, you hear some people running by.
Yeah, get him, Sheriff! Get him, Sheriff! Get him, Sheriff Cade!
She goes, "It is high, Never mind. You do best to remember the rules." Ah, Julia, let them go. It's the festival day. They're new, they didn't know. And you suddenly see, walking over in the corner, this human male who looks to be in about his mid to late 30s, with very, very curly brown hair that twists down in front of his face, but implies that he hasn't kept it kempt or combed in a very long time. His features are quite soft and quite fair for someone who's been living in the desert, and he wears a peasant shirt and essentially like a workman's like leather apron, and glasses that conceal his bright green eyes, and he comes up to you. Please, Julia, just let them go. They're just here for the festival after all. All right. for you, Oliver. You. Just remember, and she'll get off of you. No one does magic in the walls. It's okay that you use magic. Just don't do it here. It's out of my hands. These are orders from up there.
Won't happen again.
Good. Now, state your business. I think what she means is, what brings you to our town on this day? Are you here for the festival? We didn't know that word had spread.
Yes, we had heard about it through the networks that spread across the sands. There's a certain traveling merchant we ran into that had heard tell of it, and we wanted to check things out.
A traveling merchant of some kind? That's exciting. Do you have a name? I've interacted with a few.
I believe his name was Mandy. Yes, a big burly man, Mandy Lincoln, or Mandy the Lincoln.
No, Kaia's just gonna start being like, no, that's not his name.
I'm gonna shoot Kaia a look.
That was his name.
Yeah,
it was Mandy.
It's definitely Mandy.
Well, I can't say that I know any Mandy the Lincolns. Well, and suddenly, as he's saying this, Walter has now come down from the barricade, if you will. Goes, well, I say, hello, High Marshal Kate. So sorry about that. These are apparently a traveling troupe of actor types, and they want to perform for the festival. So we told them that they could go see Samuel. I mean, after all, that one has a pin, so we assumed that he must have some kind of connection to the town. So, I was going to escort him myself. No need. I will take them myself to Samuel. If this is true. Very good, Walter. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. And he just bows a few times and he goes back up. So, you are here to perform for the opening of the theater. Well, at the very least, Samuel might have told me.
Yeah, I think we were a last-minute add-on. Because we heard about it so last minute. So...
Well, very well. You come on an interesting day. He's, well, I mean, he's always like this, but he is a bit, stressed. I'll tell you what, I can deposit you at a local tavern until such a time. You must not leave. And I will try to arrange a meeting with Samuel.
That's very kind. I could use a drink anyways.
Well, you'll have to try some of our local ales. Delicious. Well, assuming that all of you are now acquainted, Julie, hi, Marshal Cade. I must be getting back to my workshop. What with the deadline and all, but it was very nice to meet you, Trav. Oh, I'm Oliver. Oliver Hutz. If you need anything of the gadget sort, you're welcome to come visit me at my workshop. It's just down Dicker Street that way. And all the best to you. I'll hopefully see you around the festival. And good luck on the performance. Break a leg, if that's what the people say. Anyway, I'll see you. Well, I'll see you later, Julie. Hi, Marshal Kate. And he sort of skitters off, and she goes, I will see you at a time that is not now. Anyway,
Shall we go?
Please, I'll lead the way. I'm so ready for some ale.
Very good. And she leads you down a bustling street. People are laughing and chattering, all of whom are wearing these long flowing red capes and pin with a sickle and a sword on it, clasping them together. You watch as a girl chase a woman, I should say, of about 22 chases a man of somewhere in his mid-30s down the street, and he goes,
You'll never catch me.
Just wait.
You watch as people laugh and chatter throughout the halls.
No, I haven't tried that one yet.
An old man on a stoop says. And you pass by many different shops. You see Ledger and Lash's lending house, the Brass Line Exchange. You see Sunreach Import, the Iron Armorers. Towards the end of the street, you see this large yard filled with iron skiffs, all of which look a little bit similar, though not quite the same as the skiffs that you've seen, that you're used to. The bowing on the iron is slightly different. Eventually, you arrive at a place called the Gear and Sprocket. She goes, "Here it is, home sweet home. Avik will take care of you while I talk to Samuel. It is important that you do not move. I'm not one for apologies, but I do apologize for getting off on the wrong foot. I'm not normally that much of a stickler for those particular sets of rules, but we are being watched right now. There's some agents here from the homeland. Agents here who are attempting to see to it that this festival goes off without a hitch. They are some new kind of force. But anyway, it is important that you stay here and do not leave until I come to fetch you. Otherwise, things could get quite bumpy.
Yeah, literally no worries. We're just gonna drink and have some fun and get to know the locals. And I think Kaia's just gonna, just even like subconsciously, I don't think I'm thinking about it, but I'm just gonna kind of lean protectively towards Zero and Twig.
Okay. So, she goes, very good. And she walks out in this very, very militant fashion. And as she does, you hear somebody go, "Oh, hi, Sheriff!" And she just rolls her eyes and walks away. Now, as you turn, entering this sort of saloon, you are met with what looks like it has relatively high ceilings for the structures out here in the desert, with this sort of cascading pipe all throughout the ceiling, and these gears that turn with steam coming out of them. People are milling and seething about, being served, and behind the bar, which is the bar top is completely made of metal, is a little gnome that is running about on a raised platform, taking orders with goggles above his head. All right, hold your horses. Yep, here's for you. And he is at a fever's pitch, just handing out drinks. And he goes, "Oh, welcome, strangers. Haven't seen you about here before. What's your poison? Can I get you anything?"
Yes, could we get a round of drinks on me? And I'll pull out some money from the Guildlands, which I have on me.
Absolutely. How much money?
Since this is a Guildlands outpost, I mean, how much would a round of drinks normally be in Coldrick's Gate? Because I know it'll be less, but I'm going to give a nice tip.
Oh yeah, for like a round for all of you, you could probably get something like pretty decent for like a silver.
Sweet. So I will hand over a silver. Keep the change.
Oh! All right. Let's see, around for everyone. What do you be having? Just want me to surprise you?
Oh, I would love a surprise, yes.
Sure, that sounds fun. Adventurous.
Same here.
Strangers. I'll tell you what. You ought to try, we haven't been able to give this out recently, but Marta has started letting other saloons in town sell her signature drink. If you want to get it from the source, you got to go over to the Wertspoke. Anyway, try this on. And he starts pouring this green, wine into these wine glasses. It is pure green, and it bubbles and sizzles. This is Marta's own special brand of cactus wine. Quite delicious. Bit sweet, bit of a kick, little spicy. Anyway, enjoy. I'm coming! And he skitters across faster than to anyone else to take their order and leaves you to it.
I would, as soon as the gnome is gone, I would turn directly to Zero and whisper directly in Zero's ear, because I don't want anyone else hearing this. Do you think we collectively would be safer or more of a target if I were, air quotes, myself?
First, I think you just see Zero has completely shut down. Is manual breathing. Is in the midst of what would colloquially be called a panic attack. And his eyes kind of come back, he was staring off into the middle distance, and you're right in his ear, and it sort of comes back to himself. I think if the agents if they're working with the people who checked the docks, that we'd be more of a target, because he was so suspicious of you and me. So maybe...
I'm assuming the agents are the Inquest. Unless there's some new group that I haven't heard about.
We can't be here. We have to.
I know. We'll get out of here as soon as possible. We just have to do a really shitty performance. Maybe they'll kick us out of town.
We can't do our performance.
We can't go. What if they're there? What if they're... if Samuel's in charge of the city, then the agents would be in the city hall with the leader. And once we're there, we'll be cornered. We can't...
Put on disguises. Put on your costumes for the performance. If
our performance involves magic. We can't do that.
We didn't come in with a bear. We can't.
Okay. I will look over at Kaia and Percival and say, what are your thoughts on us getting out of here without being seen?
Well, we need to get to Father Brian, right? That's the whole reason that we came here, right? Is to look for...
Well, we came for Silas, but I don't need to... We don't need to find Father Brian anymore. We'll figure something else out.
Nothing here is anything like we planned. And some of us are kind of way in over our heads if we run into certain people here.
I have a really bad idea.
I love bad ideas.
Percival looks up from his drink. Yes.
I think someone needs to be stealthy and then make something go boom so that we can get out.
I can do the boom, I can't do the stealth.
Who did...
I can be stealthy.
Didn't you have an ability that was helping us be stealthy earlier? Can you do that again?
I can do that. I can be a cat if I can do it secretively.
What kind of boom are you thinking, Percival?
Oh, my boom would also be magic, so probably not a good idea.
What if... Can you transform into something real small, Twigsy? Twig, sorry.
It's okay. I have a cat.
Okay. What if you and I sneak to the nearest large mechanical thing, and I do what I can to make it self-destruct? Place like this, JP, based on, I'm assuming it's similar to Guildland's architecture, like they've retrofitted things with the technology that we would have back at home.
Yeah, actually, make a make a perception check for me.
Sweet. So it's gonna be 19.
19. So it's interesting if you look around and you're trying to compare technologies. You notice that what's interesting is some of the things are cruder than you have at home. Some old parts that look like they were probably pulled from back stock. But then the systems that everything seems to run on seems a little better than you have at home. In fact, it seems like a slightly cruder version of what Kaelin built at Duskrith.
Right. So, while we were walking here, would I have seen anything that looked remotely like the waterworks? Like anything large that would have reactors?
As you were walking here, nothing that looks like the waterworks. However, I can say that every building is retrofitted with a very similar looking generator that is on the side of every building in Duskrith.
Great. Twig, what if you and I find a side door to sneak out? In one of these alleys, they must have one of these generators that I can make go off.
I can definitely help, but if we do this and it goes poorly, I can't transform again, and I'm running pretty low on my magic, so if we do this, we have to do it right.
Okay.
I also have oil on me. I don't know why. I don't remember why I put it in my bag, but I have it. So if someone has a matchbox or something to light it with,
I can start a fire.
Manually. We could start a fire.
I have fire.
Oh, wait. Why would Silas need a condenser if he's here? If he's from here, this is like a full city.
JP.
They have water
for the kids.
Yes.
So there's this settlement, and then there's the one that's further that we saw, right?
Yes.
I wonder if this is the new Iron Hook crossing. If the Guildlands found a settlement that wasn't haunted. This place doesn't feel haunted or anything like we were told Iron Hook would be. And I agree. If Silas is looking for what's he looking for again?
Well, he stole a regulator coil.
Sorry, I called it a condenser. Regulator.
The condenser is what he stole it from. So
Yes.
you're on.
If he's stealing a regulator coil, it's either, at this point, if he lives here, then it has to be for those kids and not at all for himself. So he's not bamboozling those kids if he lives here. But also, I don't understand, unless the Rust Brands are some sort of thieves guild that operates out of here that somehow can come and go freely, they must be holed up somewhere else.
Silas is a magic user.
I'm just... What if the Rust Brands that ran behind that magical wall, what if they didn't come in these gates? What if they ran around and went somewhere else? What if they didn't come in here? I'm just...
Did you not see them go in?
Close.
I didn't see them come in the doors. I mean, we saw the doors close. It doesn't necessarily mean they went in. I mean, it makes it more likely that they came in, but it doesn't make sense unless there's some sort of official...
What if they are? What if they're not a group of ragamuffin marauders, but they're an extraction team for the Guildlands? They do jobs under the cover of being criminals.
But if Silas is someone important in relation to that group and they are based here, wouldn't the people manning the gates recognize him? They didn't recognize me. They said I wasn't Samuel, but they also didn't seem like they recognized me at all.
As you're having this conversation, the gnome skitters back up to you. So, strangers, how'd you like the wine?
Oh my gosh, couldn't get enough of it.
Real good.
Twig's wine is noticeably untouched.
Mine as well.
I am gonna
starts chugging it.
Yeah. I'm gonna cover you up as you start chugging it. And during this, if you'll allow, DM, I wanted Kaia to be looking at what other people ordered and looking for the most complex drinks to make that would take the longest. And then she's going to ask for all of that around the house. Or not around the house, but like for the group, sorry.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Oh, and certainly I can get right on that. Any of our house cocktails, I'll give you all a round of the sprocket. Now that'll wet your whistles, but I should warn you, it'll knock you on your arse. I'm coming. Just a moment, travelers. And when I get back, I'm interested to hear what brings you to our fair city.
I can't wait to tell you. And I'm going to turn back around. Okay. Well, we need to figure this out. And she's going to scoot so close to Norx. We're hip to hip. And she's going to pull out her oil flask and just slip it into your pocket.
Before we do something that we can't take back, what if I don't want to mess up why you came here, Kaia? What if could you guys go find Silas and Twig and I could hide, I guess?
We don't even know if Silas is here. So
at this point, whenever that lady comes back, she's going to be looking for all of us.
Exactly.
Right.
So if some of us are gone, it's not going to matter. And I think, Norx, I think you're onto something. I think maybe whatever's in the distance is the actual old Iron Hook. I mean, it wouldn't make sense for Silas to even be here long term, especially being a magic user. It just wouldn't make any sense.
And also, apparently the Sandman is afraid of this place, which makes sense if he doesn't associate with the Guildlands, but also that there doesn't really seem to be anything other than the guild presence here that would keep him away. So the haunted place just feels like it must be someplace else, or I don't know.
As you're having this conversation, you hear from behind you that gnome has sort of stopped mixing drinks. It goes, Father, good to see ya. And walking in through the front door is a man of about 42 years old, with
his face, I should say, looks about in his 40s, but he has pretty much just like white hair with streaks of brown in it, with these dark eyebrows. And he has these harder features and these dark black eyes, but a smile that's sort of disarming. Goes, "Oh, it's good to see y'all. Good to see you too, Evan. Did I just get around to the usual?" And he takes a seat next to you. "Hello." Goes, "Coming right up." And he whips off to make another drink.
Hi there. We're new in town, and we're just. What's your name?
What an introduction. Name's Horatio. Father Horatio. That's what they all call me. I'm not much one for titles, but and y'all are?
Percival.
From out of town, I suppose? Percival.
Percival.
Pleasure to meet you.
Just Percival. Yes.
Well, that ain't suspicious none. All right. Well, it's nice to meet you. Just Percival. I'm gonna get me a drink.
I actually, I think I know someone who might know you. Do you know I'm sorry to generalize, but do you know a Father O'Brien by any chance?
I don't know a Father O'Brien, no. I know... Well, funny, Brian is my brother's name, but he ain't no father.
Oh, how interesting.
Be kind of silly if he was.
Percival looks back at Zero.
Yep. Zero's gonna walk up, and as if he's bending down, Zero's gonna actually take sort of like a path away and be like, as if sort of like, sorry, before I do this move. He certainly has noticed Percival. Is he just like looking at all of us, or as he's sort of sidled up, if me and Twig are
he's pretty much just talking to Percival.
Amazing. If it seems like he has not seen me, I'm going to sort of like almost do the motions as if I'm like going to the bathroom or something. And I'll come up and go, "Oh, excuse me, sir, did you drop this?" And it's going to be the journal. "Is this yours?"
"Where'd you get that?" And he snatches it. He looks really, really concerned. He starts flipping through and he goes, and then he reaches in his own satchel and pulls out a book that looks identical. He goes, "Well, this ain't mine, but it's another Fathers of the Faith, and you're not supposed to be without it. Where'd you get this?"
"Oh, I just found it on the ground. I read inside."
"You just found this on the ground?"
"Yeah, I read inside that it had priestly
You
notes
read inside?
Well, you're a priest. I was trying to identify whose it was. I didn't understand most of it. I don't know the sort of...
Well, even I'm not supposed to take a peek at this. A father's journal is it's a sacred book. It's filled with his prayers and his own personal spiritual journey. These thoughts are meant to be between the Father and the Forge Father."
And you're a member of that faith presently?
"Indeed. I serve Faber, the Forge Father." "Interesting. Yeah, that's very concerning that you found this. I would love to take a look inside, find out what clergyman it belonged to, but that's unfortunately out of the question. But if you don't mind, I will hang on to this just in case I ever find who this belongs to. You gotta understand, outsiders, we can't be reading this."
Of course. If I were to want to learn more about the faith, is there somewhere in town where I could go?
Well, I'm just about the only holy man in town. I'm your man. If you'd like to have a meeting, I'd be more than happy to on any other day, but to be honest, this is my only break today. I got some big occasions this evening, and I don't really have time for a full lesson, but if you're ever wanting to learn more about the faith, and he goes ahead and he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a little note card and he just scribbles down an address on it and hands it to you. Goes, you come see me day or night, any other day than today, and I am more than happy to talk to you about the faith.
Of course.
Always.
Thank you. Could I do an Arcana check just to see if I'm getting any sort of magical capability off of this person? Like if this is a priest or a cleric?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hey, thank God. A dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Yeah, no, you can sort of tell from like the sigils you see on him. You haven't seen that many priests, but from the few that you might have encountered, from the sigils and the general sort of arcane energy that flows around him, this is in fact a cleric of Faber.
This is really forward, but I don't think I have a ton of time. Do you know anything about curse removal?
Well, It looks hushed. She goes, I'm sorry, normally you don't have to be so careful around here. Folks are mostly tolerant of the whole magic thing in this particular outpost. It's just, ever since them inquest fellas showed up. But yeah, I know a fair few things about curse removal. It depends on the level of, and he's like looking around. Well, it depends on the level of curse. What sort of curse are we talking here? Something that could be removed with a simple spell, or something that's going to take ritual time? No, not that I'd expect you to know that. Sorry, talking shop.
I don't know.
What are your symptoms? If you don't mind me asking. I mean, I don't mean to assume it's you, but you were very forward.
You got it. Bad luck. Volatile reactions to Arcana.
He's writing this all down.
I look around. I can cast magic, but it doesn't like to let me, and sometimes I explode.
Well, that is he's been taking notes up until that point. As you said, explode. He just stops and looks up. It's like, well, I gotta be honest, I ain't never heard nothing like that before. I mean, tell you what, like I said, I got some very time-sensitive things to do today, but
Of course.
But come see me tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
And I will. I can't.
Are you ever out of the city?
That's what I was just going to suggest. We could go over towards a Rivet Fall. They're less likely to. I mean, they don't lack magic there, but I'd rather go there than Thomforge. Full disclosure, Thomforge folk are a little pretentious for my taste, but we'll go over towards Rivet Fall. There's some caves out in those mines. No one will bother us. And technically speaking, you step outside the walls, it's no longer against the rules to do this. It's just, well, I'm being kind of closely watched by this Stark fella.
Thank you for your time, Father. If I'm not able to stop by tomorrow, I'll be at Rivet Falls. I'll just be there if you can ever stop by. If I can't, if I'm indisposed tomorrow, I would really, really appreciate your help. And I know stuff about Brian that I could tell you if you can help me.
You know stuff about my little brother?
Yeah, meet me at River Falls and I'll tell you.
Who are you?
Nobody. A nobody. I'm sorry. I should go.
Kaia's gonna lean over at this point. This might be a bad time to ask. Do you know anybody of the name Silas?
No, I can't say I ever met a feller named Silas.
Okay. No one with
or anyone that looks like me, because I still look like Silas right now.
Blonde? I mean, I've seen blonde people before, but no, I can't say I've ever met you.
Sorry, we're being so far with all these questions. Do you happen to know if anyone dresses like the people who live here but aren't actually from? We have encountered people who we thought were from here, but it seems they aren't actually.
What do you mean how people dress from here? You mean in Guildland's attire?
Rather, mostly the capes.
Oh, the red capes? Rolls up his own?
Yes.
These are just for today. Personally, I think they're a little gaudy. These are just a celebration of a, well, he's calling it Unity Day, or the Festival of the Red Sun. You ask me, pardon my French, that guy's a frickin' idiot. It's orange. He just thinks red sounds better.
Now that I'm actually looking at this, does this look like the Rust brand attire?
It is 100% down to the emblem of a sickle and a sword and the red cape. It looks exactly like the Rust brand attire.
And how many days ago did we see the Rust brands for the first time? And that's what they normally do. Sorry,
you saw them. You saw them running around. What? You've only been on the road for
3 or 4
or 5 days. Yeah, 4 days.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much for your help. I do think it's best tomorrow we meet you outside the city. But it was absolutely fantastic to meet you today.
Well, okay. It was nice meeting y'all too. I'll tell you what, if y'all are gonna...
You've never heard the term Rust brand, have you?
No, what is that, some kind of band?
I think so.
They're really good. They're playing the festival.
Can I have an internal
Crisis?
moment? Do Rust has my entire world been a lie? Do Rust brands exist? Can I is there something that I can do to try to
No, I'm afraid you can't roll for lore drops.
I'm afraid you cannot roll for lore.
What the fuck?
Can I roll for life as a lie?
Or things that would have been pointing to that, I guess. Not a lore drop, but just things that I was told that now looking back after having this information that doesn't quite make sense.
I really don't know that there is a check you can roll.
That's okay. That's
for
okay.
mystery.
I just thought it is. Kaya's
Wait.
confused.
Wait. Okay. This is such a stretch. Percival's gonna look around. I'm still stuck in this ghost city thing. Does anything look weirdly dated? As in historical?
Interesting question, especially coming from you. Roll a history check. I will say that is also quite a difficult history check coming from you as someone who is not
I have
from
a
the
secondary
Guildlands.
question, if that's okay. We read in the journal there was a date. What's today's date?
Today's date is... I wrote this down. We can edit this out or not. Keep it. Yeah. So, well, notably, at the beginning of the journal, the date you saw being 2nd of Perius, that one was about 6 years ago. However, the most recent date in the journal at the end that was like, I found you, was only about 3 weeks ago. It's currently probably around like the 6th of Feynman.
And that lines up with what Caitlin told us about when Father Brian would have set off in this direction.
That does align.
Okay. Percival's going to try 2 things. So one, that check was for history, a 22.
A 22. So you don't know much about Guildlands history. But I think what I will reiterate is it's really hard to tell, but it is interesting that some of the technology literally looks like Duskrith, which you've been told is more advanced. But some of it, and just the architecture and like the way it uses, like, rather than domes and arcs, this seems to be much more straight lined. It does feel a little bit like a little old, but that's not that out of the ordinary for the desert, considering it's cut off from the motherland. But yeah, it does seem a little old, like older architecture, but not that old.
That Percival's going to turn.
Kai's gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Father, just one last thing. What's today's date?
Now, interesting question. The date that it is presently it is the around like the 4th of Feynman in 3026. But he looks at you quite confidently and says, well, that's an odd question. First of bounty, 3007.
Thank you.
And that's where we're going to go ahead and leave off for today. Thank you so much.
This could be really bad. This could be really bad.
Oh my god.
All right, thank you so much to everyone for listening and watching. First of all, as always, we want to shout out our incredible artists for the show, at Real Simon Bouille, logo design, and character design by Jules_in the Rain. Please go ahead and give them a follow on the Instagrams. If you're enjoying the show, please give us a 5-star review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get the podcasts. It really, really helps us in the algorithm. And if you're watching us on YouTube, which you should be, and it seems like most of you are, please hit those like and subscribe buttons and notification bells so that you can find out about new episodes as soon as they come out. If you want early access to our episodes and our bonus content like our downtime podcasts, the only podcast that takes the time to get down, go on over to www.patreon.com/rollcallproductions and become a patron today. And last but certainly not least, please follow us on Instagram, TikTok at rollcallpod and tell us how much you are loving the show. Thank you so much. Good night. And remember, if it's deeply confusing, it's probably time travel. Good night, everybody. Mwah.